cello practice video for Hedwig's theme from Harry Potter. I'm going to play it on the cello first so you can hear how it's going to go and you can follow along in your music. And then I'll talk you through some of the weird things that happen in this song. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. So there are two really important things to remember as you're working through this. There are the sharps that we know about, F sharp, C sharp, and they're in this song. But the other thing this song introduces is what's called the flat. So to remember, the sharp is what raises a pitch, and it makes your finger, in order to play the note, you move your finger closer to the bridge. So we slide our fingers further apart and they stretch down towards the bridge to do a sharp. The opposite is what's called a flat, and it lowers the sound, lowers the pitch. How high or low we're playing, it lowers it. And so we need to move the finger towards the scroll, which is this up here. So if you see a note that has an arrow pointing down, that means we need to make the note lower. That would be a flat. So we need to stretch the fingers or move them backwards towards the scroll. If you see a sharp, we're raising the pitch, so we need to go higher sound. So we need to move our fingers towards the bridge. The second piece of this whole song is what's called the ties. And a tie is just connecting two of the same notes together for a really long time. So you do basic math, basic addition. This note, this is the example in this song all over. You have a half note with a dot, which is called a dotted half note, gets 3 beats. Either way that it's written, it doesn't matter. Plus, because of this line, we add a half note, which is 2 beats. So for a total, you need to hold the note for 5 beats. You don't replay this note, he's connected to this one. So you play this one, hold 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you see the video again, you'll see my bow moving down for a really long time or up for a really long time. And that's the tie. You just have to keep moving your bow really slowly in one direction. So the tricky spot in this song starts at measure 9. Find measure 9 with me. It's on line 2. Starts with one finger on the D string. This part's like the beginning, so it's not as tricky. Sounds like the beginning. Then we go to the A string, one finger. 4 fingers. That's good. C sharp for 3. C natural for 2. So we get to go 4, 3, 2. But now we have an extension on the D string. So above your 4th finger tape, we have to play a G sharp. So we need to stretch the pinky closer to the bridge and play a G sharp. And then we come right back to the 2 on the A string for C natural. 1 finger on the A string. And then we have a B flat. So we lower the sound. We bring our finger back behind the 1st finger tape for B flat. And then you finish the little phrase. There's just a lot happening there, so let's go through it again. Starting at measure 9. 1 finger on your D string. Ready, set, go. We go to the A string. 3, 2, Extend the pinky high to do G sharp on the D string. Back to 2 on A. Low 1, stretch the first finger backwards. 3 on G. I'm going to do it without talking this time, but slowly still. Ready? Measure 9 goes. The good news, that same pattern is on the last line of your music, and so if you get it once, music repeats itself, so you have it again later. That's really the tricky spot, but remember, if an arrow is pointing down, you're moving your hand backwards towards the scroll. If an arrow is pointing up, we need to make the note higher, so we bring our hand closer to the bridge, or at least stretch the fingers apart to reach higher. If you get that, this one will be lots of fun. Happy practicing.